I think the most important skill as a student athlete is to know how to compartmentalize.
Match halted. Alex Eala's mid-game breakdown changes tennis forever. Coco Gauff left speechless. Stop whatever you are doing. Take a breath. Because what just happened at the Dubai Championships was not just dramatic, it was transformational. It was the kind of raw, emotional, unscripted moment that reminds the world why sport exists in the first place. Welcome back to Court Vision Media, your ultimate destination for the most gripping and unforgettable stories in professional tennis. And trust me, if you are not already subscribed, you are going to want to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications before this story is over. We have seen racket smashes. We have seen screaming matches with umpires. We have seen retirements, meltdowns, miracle comebacks. But nothing prepared the tennis world for the mid-match stoppage that sent shockwaves across the globe. In the last 24 hours, every sports outlet, every analyst, and every fan has been talking about one name, Alexandra Eala. To understand the magnitude of this moment, you have to understand the stage. The Dubai Tennis Championships is not just another stop on the tour. It is prestige. It is protocol. It is polish. It is a place where tradition is respected and disruption is almost unheard of. Until now. Eala was locked in a fierce quarterfinal battle against Coco Gauff, one of the most dominant and disciplined competitors in the modern game. Gauff was striking the ball with authority, covering the court with explosive athleticism, and applying relentless pressure. Eala, as always, responded with heart. She chased every ball. She refused to fold. The rally exchanges were electric. The crowd was breathless. Then it happened. In the middle of a brutal rally, Gauff fired a forehand down the line. A clean winner, or so it seemed. But Eala did not move. She did not swing. She froze. The ball flew past her untouched. And instead of preparing for the next point, instead of looking at the umpire, instead of shaking her head in frustration, Eala did something no one expected. She ran. Without asking permission. Without explanation. Without hesitation. She sprinted off the court and toward the stands. The stadium fell silent. Gauff lowered her racket, confusion written across her face. The chair umpire hesitated. Spectators leaned forward, whispering in disbelief. Had Eala been injured? Was there a medical emergency? No. She was running toward a child. In the front row sat a 10-year-old boy in a wheelchair, wearing a Philippines national shirt and clutching a handmade cardboard sign. Written in uneven marker were 4 simple words, Alex, you are my hope. When Eala saw it, something inside her broke. She climbed the steps, dropped to her knees, and embraced him. Not for a photo. Not for applause. But with raw, uncontrollable emotion. The microphones near the court captured the sound of her sobbing. Real sobbing. The kind that comes from somewhere deep. The boy held onto her as tightly as he could. Later, the story behind that sign emerged. The child came from an impoverished province in the Philippines. He lives with a severe physical disability. He has endured bullying, isolation, and hardship. 2 years earlier, he had sent Eala a message online telling her that watching her compete made him forget his pain. That she gave him strength. She had never forgotten that message. His family had scraped together every resource they had to fly to Dubai so he could see her play in person. And when she looked up and saw that sign, protocol no longer mattered. The rulebook said the umpire should issue a warning. Instead, he leaned back. He let it happen. The crowd rose to its feet. The applause built slowly, then thundered through the stadium. Even Gauff stood quietly at the baseline, tapping her racket gently in respect, visibly moved. Eala eventually returned to the court. She apologized softly. The match resumed. But something fundamental had shifted in the atmosphere. It was no longer just tennis. After the match, the press conference delivered another shock. Eala announced that every cent of her prize money from the tournament would go toward establishing a foundation for children with physical disabilities in the Philippines. The foundation would build accessible courts, provide adaptive equipment, and fund opportunities for young athletes who otherwise would never have the chance. And the boy? She named him the first official ambassador. Within minutes, the hashtag #AlexOurHope was trending worldwide. The clip amassed millions upon millions of views. Sponsors reportedly reached out to match her donation. Fellow players privately offered support. Gauff publicly praised her, calling the moment bigger than tennis. This was not a publicity stunt. It was instinct. It was empathy in motion. Eala was in the middle of a quarterfinal at one of the biggest tournaments on the calendar. She was competing against one of the best players on earth. And in that moment, she chose a child over a point. That choice will echo louder than any trophy. Alexandra Eala did not just interrupt a match in Dubai. She redefined what it means to be a champion. A champion is not only someone who wins titles. A champion understands that a platform is responsibility. And at just 20 years old, she demonstrated leadership that transcends rankings. Here at Court Vision Media, we will continue to follow every development of this foundation, every partnership, every life impacted. We will track Eala's journey on court as she continues to rise. And we will remember the image of her kneeling on concrete steps, choosing compassion over competition. If this story moved you even half as much as it moved the tennis world, do not just scroll away. Hit that like button right now. Share this story. Leave a comment telling us what you felt when you saw that embrace. And most importantly, subscribe to Court Vision Media and turn on notifications so you never miss the next historic, emotional, game-changing moment in the world of tennis. Because sometimes the most important point of the match is the one that is never played.